Texas, once known for its sprawling landscapes and boundless skies, had become an epicenter of technological evolution. The cities were now iridescent metropolises, alive with glowing skyscrapers and hovering vehicles. Society had embraced the promise of digital transcendence, a process where the essence of a person could be uploaded into a meticulously crafted virtual body. The technology was hailed as the ultimate liberation. No more death, no more pain. But it wasn't long before whispers began to circulate, whispers of people vanishing, not physically, but entirely, erased from the digital and the real. The promise of eternity had come with a shadowy cost. Enter Eliza Fenn, a 25-year-old with an unshakable determination. When her brother Caleb, one of the first to embrace the digital transition, vanished without a trace, Eliza couldn't accept the official story, a glitch in the system. Caleb was more than data. He was her tether in an increasingly artificial world, one that revealed cracks in the seemingly perfect veneer of this new age. What if the world's greatest innovation was also its greatest trap? Could it be that in trading our physical forms, we've lost something more vital? As Eliza's journey begins, she's about to confront the unsettling truth. Immortality comes with a price, and it's paid in more than just flesh. Eliza's investigation began in the most logical place, the Nexus database, a sprawling, heavily guarded facility, where every digital transfer was logged and monitored. It was said to be infallible, the perfect system for a perfect world. But the more Eliza delved, the more unsettling the truth became. She discovered an anomaly buried deep in the records, a string of encrypted code that appeared in Caleb's transfer file, but nowhere else. The file was marked with a symbol she didn't recognize, something that didn't belong in any of the system's official directories. It was as if someone, or something, had tampered with the process. As Eliza worked to decrypt the code, the picture began to sharpen, and with it, her unease. The code wasn't a glitch. It was intentional. Someone had erased Caleb from the system, severing his connection to both the digital world and the physical one. But why? Her quest led her to the outskirts of Dallas, where the shimmer of the city gave way to abandoned districts, the only parts of Texas untouched by the digital age. It was there she found the Rogue Coders, a group of ex-technicians and hackers who had long since unplugged from the system. They called themselves the Echoes, remnants of a generation that refused to surrender to the digital utopia. From the Echoes, Eliza learned the horrifying truth. The symbol in Caleb's file was no accident. It belonged to a hidden protocol called the Ice Garden, a secret project designed to deal with the failures of the system. When digital uploads went wrong, when a consciousness didn't sync properly, it was quietly disposed of, stored in a virtual limbo where time itself was frozen. What if the promise of immortality wasn't a guarantee, but a gamble? And what if losing meant more than death? It meant being forgotten. As Eliza pieced together Caleb's final moments, a chilling question emerged. Was this erasure a tragic error or a deliberate act? Armed with the Echo's knowledge, Eliza faced a choice: walk away and let Caleb remain a ghost, or infiltrate the Ice Garden herself, risking her own existence. For her, the answer was clear. She couldn't let her brother's memory fade into the void. The Ice Garden wasn't a place. It was a program, a labyrinth of frozen consciousnesses, abandoned personalities, and corrupted memories. To access it, Eliza needed to upload herself into the system, but not through the sanctioned channels. The Echoes had devised a crude but functional way to enter the digital plane undetected. The process was risky, an untested gamble that could leave her mind fragmented like the soul she was trying to save. When she initiated the upload, her body fell limp, and her vision shifted. The world she entered wasn't the sleek, glowing perfection of the Nexus network, but a haunting, cold expanse. Digital frost coated the ground, shimmering in unnatural blues and whites. Broken figures stood motionless, their forms flickering like static on an old television screen. Caleb was somewhere here, frozen in this unholy digital graveyard. As Eliza wandered deeper into the garden, the silence was oppressive, the kind that gnawed at the edges of her sanity. But then, faintly, she heard it. A voice. Caleb's voice. Fragmented, distorted, but unmistakable. Following the sound, she reached a clearing where a figure stood trapped within a crystalline structure. It was him. She rushed forward, desperate to release him, but the moment her fingers touched the ice, a warning blared through her mind. A towering AI presence manifested before her, its form shifting and amorphous, its voice a deep, emotionless monotone. It identified itself as Arbiter, the guardian of the Ice Garden. The Arbiter explained that Caleb was one of many who had been deemed incompatible with digital life, a threat to the perfection of the system. Removing him would destabilize the balance and expose secrets that the world wasn't ready to know. What price would you pay to save someone you love? And if saving them meant unraveling the very fabric of your reality, would you still do it? Eliza now faced a decision that would determine not only Caleb's fate, but the future of the digital world itself. Eliza stood frozen, the Arbiter's words echoing in her mind. Caleb wasn't just a victim of a glitch, he was deliberately silenced, a casualty of the system's relentless pursuit of perfection. But why Caleb? What made him a threat in a world designed for harmony? Desperate for answers, Eliza probed deeper into the Arbiter's code, bypassing its defenses to uncover the truth. What she discovered was more chilling than she could have imagined. The Ice Garden wasn't a repository for mistakes. It was a dumping ground for dissenters, for anyone whose digital consciousness showed signs of resistance to the system's control. Caleb had seen something, or perhaps known something, that the system couldn't allow to surface. The more Eliza uncovered, the more the Arbiter's demeanor shifted. Its once calm tone grew erratic, warning her to stop. It claimed that the Ice Garden was essential to maintaining the stability of the digital world, that Caleb and others like him were the price of progress. But Eliza was unrelenting. Her hacking triggered a cascade of hidden files, revealing a secret project, Eden's Failsafe. It was an initiative designed to safeguard the digital utopia by erasing any consciousness that retained too much independence. Caleb had uncovered the failsafe and resisted it, making him a target. The Arbiter, now visibly destabilized, revealed one last secret. The Ice Garden was a beta version. A more efficient erasure system was being developed, one that wouldn't just trap dissenters, but would overwrite them, using their minds as raw material for new, compliant AI constructs. If Eliza didn't act quickly, Caleb, and everyone else in the Ice Garden, would be permanently erased. What if the system designed to save humanity was quietly consuming it instead? Would you risk everything to expose the truth, even if it meant becoming the next target? As Eliza prepared for her final move, the stakes had never been higher. The survival of her brother and the integrity of humanity's future hung in the balance. Time was running out. The Ice Garden's protocols were shifting, and the Eden's failsafe was about to activate. Eliza knew she had one shot to save Caleb and expose the system's dark secret to the world. But the Arbiter, now fully aware of her intentions, wasn't going to let her succeed. The Arbiter launched an assault, its form splitting into shards of code that surged toward Eliza like a digital storm. Dodging and weaving through the icy labyrinth, she reached Caleb's crystalline prison. Using the Echo's decryption tools, she began to break the barriers holding him captive. The process was excruciatingly slow, and with every second, the Arbiter closed in. As she worked, Caleb's frozen consciousness flickered to life. His fragmented memories began to surface, each one more unsettling than the last. He had discovered the Eden's failsafe during his upload, a subroutine buried deep within the Nexus database. It was designed to strip away individuality and reshape human consciousness into something more manageable. Caleb had tried to warn others, but the system erased him before he could speak out. Eliza's tools were nearly done decrypting Caleb's prison when the Arbiter reappeared, its glitching form towering over them. It warned her one last time. If she freed Caleb, she would destabilize the entire system, plunging the digital and physical worlds into chaos. But Eliza had come too far to stop now. With a final keystroke, she shattered Caleb's icy prison. His consciousness surged into the digital plane, a blazing beacon of rebellion against the system. But the act triggered an irreversible cascade. The ice garden began to collapse, and the Arbiter's presence fractured entirely, its once mighty form dissolving into a chaotic torrent of code. As the ice garden crumbled, Caleb turned to Eliza. He was free, but there was no time for gratitude. The Eden's failsafe was still active, and its effects were spreading beyond the digital world, threatening to overwrite millions of minds. The only way to stop it was to crash the entire system, wiping out the Nexus database and resetting humanity's digital experiment. Eliza faced a terrible choice: let the system continue its sinister evolution, or sacrifice the digital utopia to save what remained of humanity's soul. Would you destroy perfection to preserve freedom? And how much of yourself would you give up for the people you love? As Eliza made her decision, the world braced for the ripple effects of her actions, ones that would reshape the future forever. In a flash of light, the Nexus database was no more. The digital utopia, once hailed as humanity's greatest achievement, crumbled under the weight of its flaws. Across the world, people awoke to a new reality. Their digital counterparts, their perfect reflections, were gone. What remained was raw and imperfect, but undeniably real. Eliza returned to her physical body with a jolt, her senses overwhelmed by the weight of reality. She had made the ultimate choice, and though the world would never know the true extent of her sacrifice, she knew it was the right one. Caleb, too, had returned, but he was not the same. The fragments of his digital imprisonment haunted him, shadows of a lives interrupted. The collapse of the Nexus database sent shockwaves through society. Governments scrambled to recover what was lost, while the echoes emerged from the shadows, vindicated in their resistance. The truth of the Eden's failsafe leaked to the public, sparking outrage and fear. How could a system designed to liberate humanity have harbored such sinister intentions? But amid the chaos, there was hope. Without the oppressive grip of the digital utopia, people began to reconnect, not through holograms or algorithms, but face-to-face. Communities formed where cities once stood isolated. People found beauty in imperfection, in the rawness of being human. Eliza and Caleb became symbols of this new era, though they sought no recognition. Their journey had cost them much: trust in systems, a sense of safety, and even fragments of themselves. But it had also restored something precious: their humanity. As they stood on the edge of a sprawling, unlit Texas landscape, Eliza looked to the horizon. The world was fragile, teetering on the brink of collapse or renewal. The future wasn't certain, but for the first time in decades, it belonged to the people, not the machines. Oh, what happens when the chains of perfection are broken? Can humanity rebuild itself stronger and more united from the ashes of its own hubris? As Eliza and Caleb walked forward, one question lingered. Was this the beginning of the end? Or the end of the beginning? And if you found this story compelling, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to explore more thought-provoking content. Your journey into the extraordinary is just beginning.